Hey guys, Nick Wheeler here, Wheeler Custom Knives. I want to do an update for the people that are interested on the new Joe Paranee project. The big ass Fighting Bowie. It's sort of a collaboration Joe and I are doing together. Most of you know the details, so I won't go into that too much, but essentially this is a big buoy that was forged down from 1 3/4 inch 52-100 round stock that I got from Master Smith Ray Kirk. 52-100 is kind of a hot button steel. It seems like as soon as you start talking about it on the forums and stuff, you get people riled up because there's so many different approaches that, you know, I have no interest in that. I like the steel. I have a procedure for it that I'm comfortable with and that I'm confident with. It's consistent and repeatable, so you know, I can make a good blade out of it. That's what I care about. So that said, most of y'all know that that it was forged, you know, a little while back. I did some rough grinding on it. At this point, all of the thermal cycles have been done, and just for full disclosure here, the way I do that with this particular steel, it's all done with digitally controlled equipment. My molten salt bath as well as my Paragon kiln. Initial thermal cycle is a high heat cycle. It doesn't do anything to help refine the grain, but it helps to even everything out. I go into the salt at 1650, dangle these things by a wire into the molten salt. It looks like lava. 1650, take it out. Nice thing about the salt is it will be an absolutely even temperature throughout, from this, you know, thinner cross-sectional area of the tip out to the this big ass thick ricasso on these things. So let it cool to black. You know, if I'm doing a bunch of blades, and it's gonna probably cool down to room temperature, but let it cool to black anyway. Reset the salt bath for 1550, goes back in, same thing. And I do 1450, and I actually do a oil quench after it's soaked at 1450 for a while. It's just part of the big picture of setting up the steel for what, for me, in my experience, in my shop, with my tools, has proven to be the optimum setup for going into the hardening phase. So after the 1450 and oil quench, get it all cleaned up, and I go into the digitally controlled kiln at 1250, and I let it, that's called a subcritical anneal. I let it soak for about 2 hours, and at least, but 2 hours 2 hours will get you there, and then let the kiln cool down. At that point, which is where this is at right now, the steel is very soft. It's easy to machine, you know, easy to cut, file, grind, all that good stuff. So at this point, it just needs a little bit of cleanup grinding, and it will be ready to harden. As a lot of you know, I really like to forge close to shape. It's just something that I like to do. You can probably tell I still have a few hammer marks up here near the spine and on the clip, but I'm pretty confident that they'll all come out by the time this is finished ground. So, but they're in there right now. So anyway, that's where this is at. Alright, definitely want to say thank you very much to the 12 guys that are involved in this project for your support. It means the world to me. And thank you to Mr. Joe Paranee for being my friend and for helping me out with this. Very, very much appreciated. So I'm going to flip the camera around a little bit here, do a couple passes on the 2x72 grinder. It won't be anything, you know, real exciting, but I just want to give the guys that are involved in this, or anybody who has any interest, this kind of a peek into what is going on to make this go from a line drawing on a piece of paper to an actual fighting Bowie knife. So there we go. Thanks, guys.